Today's tidbit topic is church attendance. According to Pew Research, 87% of Americans believe in the supernatural. They believe they have a body and a soul. And they also believe in God, that there is a higher power. Just 67% of Americans say they attend a church once a year. 63% of Americans say that they are Christian. And that's rising, actually. In 2021, it was 60%, and now it's 63%. But it's just 33% of Americans that say they attend church regularly or weekly. So that means roughly half the people who identify as Christians don't attend church regularly. So that brings up the question, why do we go to church? The practice of gathering together for worship is something that actually goes all the way back to the Old Testament, where they would assemble the people together to worship God, hear the scripture read. That's, of course, a practice that Jesus himself carried on. We see that in the New Testament, where Jesus is in the synagogue and the people are gathered together and he is teaching and reading the scripture. In fact, that's what synagogue means. It means gather together. So we see this practice of the believers all assembling together is a very, very old one that goes all the way back to the Old Testament. And when we get to the New Testament, we can see that's what the early church did. They assembled together. They gathered on the first day of the week after the resurrection, which is why we gather on Sunday. There's a direct command in Hebrews chapter 10, for us to gather together. It says to not forsake the assembling or the gathering of ourselves together. Gathering together as Christians is something that we need. We need each other. There's a growing number of people who only attend church online. Now, you can get good teaching online, you can get good sermons online, but one thing you can't get is the human interaction that you get when you go to church and when you gather together with other people in the same room. And also, you can't get communion online. So, dear Christian, this is your reminder to go to church because you need it.